one, 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 two, check two, one, two. Welcome to another Market Monday. Let's check in on the Katy, Texas real estate market. I am your Katy, Texas realtor. I have the share to prove it. And if you've never joined us during a Market Monday, essentially I just walk through some very boring numbers, but I give you the nuggets, the gold that's hidden in between all these numbers. Let's start very, very high level. I'm not going to show you addresses or anything like that or prices specifically. I'm going to give you some averages just so that whether you're buying, selling, or renting, you can make better informed decisions. So let's start with my nifty little database here. It pays to be a realtor. You get access to all these cool data. So there are currently 330 active homes in the Katy market. It looks like the grand majority of them are 4-bedroom homes. And same as last week, they're all over 2,000 square feet. So very comfortable 2,000 square foot 4-bedroom homes. The product that's selling the most, it just depends on what part of Katy you're looking in. And if you haven't seen any of my videos regarding the different sides of Katy, I'm actually going to make a new one. So don't go looking for it. I'm actually going to make a new one. But just to give you the quick lowdown on, so 77449, there's about 90, and I can share this because these are not sold, these are available. But you'll see that the price ranges are between 190 and this goes all the way up to 900, but the reality is it's closer to 450, 478, maybe 600. These Ellison listings, these are new construction, and this is a brand new price level for that zip code, right? So, but the grand majority of where this zip code's price range is going to be under 350. There's even some new construction in the heart of the zip code that's at most 350 for like big 4-bedroom 3-bath homes. And call me if you're looking for something like that. There's one neighborhood that's about to open a whole 100-home section that has 3 bedrooms and 4-bedroom homes. Everything brand new under $350,000. Okay, so let's not get sidetracked. Let's go back. Then the other zip code, 77450, there's about 32 homes available. Those go pretty quickly. These are pretty much characterized, like the price ranges are a little, I wouldn't say all over, but the range is typically bigger. It just depends on what side, because the homes that it's zoned to, so the homes that it's zoned to, the schools that these homes are zoned to are usually some of the better rated schools in the district. Some of them, not the cream of the crop, but although they're pretty up there. So you'll see homes. This is also characterized by homes that are older. So you're not seeing anything that's new in the year built. About 750 the max, especially in Cinco Ranch. You'll see some that'll go a little higher sometimes. But yeah, you continue to see this trend. It's under built. Everything's built before 1995. Most everything. There are obviously some newer homes. But when it gets more expensive, it's in the Cinco Ranch area. Even though this is a rental, still it's a newer 4-bedroom 2-bath home. So yeah, so mostly older homes. That's about the price range, about 800 on the max. And a lot of the homes that are under 300, and I just sold one, they're um, they're renovated late 70s, early 80s homes. And those are like under the $300,000 range. Zone 2 grade schools. 493. So it looks like this is where the majority of the homes are. Now, again, I don't want to get too sidetracked here. A lot of new construction activity happening on this side of the Katy market. So we're not going to go too deep into that. Just know that this is downtown, Old Town Katy. But the majority of this is new construction homes. A lot of resale too. A lot of resale activity too. But a lot of new construction. You have Cane Island, Centera. I believe other parts of Ellison are in that zip code as well. I might be wrong. But there's tons of other communities that are available there as well. And then last but not least, 494. Whoops. About 76 homes. So it looks like the Old Town part is the most active, but again, new construction is there. And I'll show you. So it's like when you think of the Katy market, think of like Grand Parkway and Interstate 10, kind of dividing the four areas. So 77449, 77450, 77493, and 77494. Obviously, that's not a clear demarcation, but it's a good general rule of thumb. Grade schools all throughout all four areas. So that's currently active. Now, these are homes that could be on the market for a long time, but because we're looking at last week, let's look at what happened in the last 7 days. About 21 homes sold in the Katy market, 77494. The entire Katy market saw about 72 transactions, which, if I remember correctly, is about the same as the week previous. So, what does that say? Nothing really. It doesn't say a lot. It doesn't help anyone do anything. So, let's dive a little deeper. So, let's take a look at probably one of my favorite statistics. We'll look at the entire market as a whole, the entire Katy market, and then we'll adjust so that we can see what we really want to see. So, if you're a buyer, what I'm showing you here is let's look at the last 12 months so we make it a little more relevant. Okay, so let me adjust one more thing. Because this is what you really came for. So if you're a buyer in this market, what you're hoping for is, well, can we get off of this wild ride of, I'm having to put in 7 to 10 offers a week. I'm trying to find uh, a place where I just want a house. I just want a house. Like, I don't understand. Like, I understand completely. I work with buyers as well as sellers. So I work with buyers, and we completely get it. So it's a time to rely heavily on your realtor to put together a winning offer for you. So if you're looking at something like this, where the sales prices, if you start here and go up here, it looks like they're trending upward. So, let's see. No, I think month is the lowest. The prices are continuing to rise. Interest rates, we all know, are continuing to rise. But let's look at days on market. So I say this almost in every market Monday is we still need to wait for March to finish, and I'll probably wait for that to happen. But it looks like, and that's the trend, and let's see what March and April do as we're getting closer to spring and summer markets where we tend to see more homes come on the market. And we're starting to see it too, and I'll show you something else that shows that. But we're starting to see that the days on market are on the rise. Now, don't be discouraged. We still have a whole week and a half left in March, so we don't know what March is going to do. But you look at this hopefully, or as an indicator that maybe things are slowing down a little bit. But that's not to say, as it did last year or at about the same time, that things did slow down. It took a little while longer for homes to get sold. So that's what these green bars are. It's cumulatively how long it took for how long the home was on the market before it was snatched up by someone and an offer was actually accepted. So it looks like at around the same time last year, you were on average, obviously it could be way higher, it could be way lower. You're on average about 32, 33 days. And it looks like we're headed that way again. But this is what then happens during the spring and summer months is we're back to, as soon as something comes on the market, you're having to move as quickly as humanly possible to snatch up these homes. So right now, as even though prices are continuing to rise, and the reason why, most likely is sellers are trying to capitalize and make sure that they earn as much money as possible from the sale of their home, because you never know what's going to happen next month, right? But what this is telling us is that they can hold on and sell potentially for more, because we're also seeing here a spike in pricing, and then at the end of the summer slows down, and then there's a little spike here, but then a big spike heading into this same territory, right? So yeah, sellers could wait another month to sell. If you're watching this and you're considering selling, you could wait another month to sell, and maybe the trend will follow, but maybe it won't. Tons of things can happen, and I'm not here to predict anything, but this is just what the numbers are telling us. And if you're a buyer, interest rates are on the rise, prices are on the rise. This could be coming where I wouldn't say it's worse. It would be worse than what it is now, but potentially you could see, even with more homes on the market, more people moving. And I see it every single day. I'm in social media every single day, particularly Facebook, seeing people, hey, I'm moving to Texas. I'm looking for this, and that. And so remember, it's not that your neighbor wanted to move down the street or somebody from the Houston area said, you know what, we want to move to the suburbs. We live in such a global, we have such a global workforce. We have such a stay-at-home, work-from-home culture now. We have we have easy access to each other that the constraints that we had in the past to like wanting to move to a different state for a better life, which Texas offers, those constraints are mostly gone. So yeah, you're gonna have tons of people coming in from all over the place, not just other parts of the US, but other parts of the world too. I work with international clients now, and it's just happening. So when's the best time to buy? Right now. When's the best time to sell? right now. I hear a lot and see a lot. I should say I see a lot of discussions of waiting for some major event to happen. What major event? Which one? We 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 could be in the midst of lots of uncertainty, but what is certain is what you are seeing and hearing now. That's what is certain. And I'm giving you the information now. And this information, for the most part, could potentially be good for the next 6 to 7 days. After that, I have no idea. So, best time to sell? Now. Best time to buy? Now. Now, let's switch gears over to rentals in the Katy market. So, I have a lot of clients that'll come in and spend a year or two figuring out where it is that they want to end up. I mean, ideally, you come in, you buy in Katy, you love it, and you stay. But that's not always the case, right? So I want to give you pretty much the lay of the land, specifically what I'm seeing a lot of, and this might not be you. I'll give you three. I'll give you the cheapest areas, not the cheapest, the least expensive areas where you could potentially rent. I'll give you the most popular by my interacting with people that are coming in to the market, and where I would rent, especially if I'm just doing it for a year or two, just trying to figure things out, where what place I really want to live. If you're much like me, and it doesn't really matter as long as the kids are in good schools and I have access to major highways, then I'll give you my pick. So as far as the least expensive goes, you can find hidden gems in all four zip codes, but I would say in these two, 77450, 77449, let's say you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You'd be looking to spend at least $1,600 a month. Up to 2,600, which is actually not that bad, considering what are you getting for that. Let's take a quick look. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Well, no, let's go with the second highest, because that 1,800 square feet. So, very nice home. Very nice looking home. 77450, Cinco Ranch High School. Right, so no longer accepting applications, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is the kind of listing that people would fly to, right? It's a beautifully maintained home it's zoned to a great school, super spacious 3-bedroom. And that's the other thing too. If you're somebody who's owns a home and you're looking to maybe become a landlord, if you have a super spacious 3-bedroom or a 2-story 4-bedroom, those right now we're seeing is the most that you're getting the most for your money, especially if you're taking care of it like this one. A pool, hit or miss. Not everybody wants or needs it. So yeah, so these are my picks to find the least expensive. I would say my picks for where people are looking for the most is obviously hands down 77494. That's where people are wanting to move to rent the most, at least the requests that I'm getting, because they're eventually wanting to be in these same neighborhoods. So let's see what a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home rents for. So you're starting at 1900 already. You're starting at 1900, and your top looks like it's pretty much about the same. But I can guarantee, well, I don't want to say guarantee. I would say, in my perspective, The quality of the schools is pretty similar to that last one that I just showed you for with Cinco Ranch. Now with the 77449, uh, I think my main concern with that is the student to teacher ratio, and both my parents teach in that area, so I'm pretty intimate with how it's going. The student to teacher ratio, because the 77449 area is so populous and they're not building more schools, it's tough to service all the kids. So 77450, much better student to teacher ratio. 77494, about the same, and much more popular because a lot of these folks are wanting to eventually end up here, um, or rent forever, whichever, doesn't matter. And then my pick, and unfortunately we already touched on it. My pick, if you were looking for, if you're just looking to live somewhere, like all this other stuff that I'm talking about doesn't matter. None of it's important. I just want affordable rent in the Katy area while I figure out what I'm going to do next, or while I figure out if I even really want to live in the Katy area. Because as desirable it is for some, it might not be for everyone. And I'm actually working on the next video of some alternatives to the Katy area if you're getting a lot of, um, if you're getting ready to quit on the area as far as buying in the area. But this is where I would be, specifically here. Now, I'm not going to give you my address, but I live in this general area. And why do I love it? Well, I love older homes, established, like older homes with like character. That's the first thing. But that doesn't really matter when you're renting a home. But what really matters is that per square foot, you're paying less than a lot of the other areas, first of all. So, like, for example, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so if you can stay around here, you're still getting great schools. And you still have great access to the freeway. And you still have great access up and down Mason Road or down the street in Katy Mills Mall. I mean, you have everything. The homes are going to be a little older. Appliances were probably updated 10 years ago, so they're not brand new, like these stunning colors and features and all these things, but it's a rental. So for a more practical approach, this is the area that I would choose. So I think we're going to cut it off here. I hope you got something out of it, whether you're buying, selling, or renting. I am your Katy Realtor. I have the shirt to prove it. And if you have any questions, comment down below.